Welcome back. Just for completeness, let's also have a look into installing the Androidx86 VM. The most preferred setup is using a dedicated device, a real device. In case if you cannot afford one, no problem, then please try running it on the host system, the Android Studio, and use the emulator on the host system. So you could also use this Ubuntu system into a virtual machine, but the emulator at least of the Android Studio should be running on your host system. In case if this option is also not possible or available right now, then you might want to have this Androidx86 as a separate virtual machine. So that's the only reason when you should use this, if the other two options are not available. During this course I will work a lot with this, but having the emulator running on the host system is a way better user experience. Nevertheless, let's find out how to install this Androidx86 VM, because there might be some pitfalls in there which can be a little bit tricky to deal with. So therefore, let's find this out, let's go. Okay, now first of all we need to download the ISO image to install this on a new virtual machine. And therefore I'm just searching for Androidx86, and here we have it, https android-x86.org. Okay, let's click on this one. And here we have now several download options. So let's hit this download button. There we go. So we can download this ISO image from FOSSHub or also from some other Miro sites. For example, SourceForge or OSDN. FOSSHub, yes, had a breach in 2016. But for now I haven't heard of any. So I guess downloading it from FOSSHub should be okay. So let's do this. And there we go. So here we can see we've got several different ISO files. We've got a 64-bit version, we've got a 32-bit version, and we also have a 64 once again. But this one is 9.0 R2 and this one is K49. So these are different. So this one is the preferred file for us, this one. 32-bit or 64, this really doesn't matter because we're not providing 8 GB of RAM to this virtual machine, so you can choose whatever you like. I go for the 32-bit version over here. Okay, so let's click on this one. And we can see this download is being started. 700 MB shouldn't take too long right now. But we also want to make sure it's checking the signature. But in case if a site gets breached and the attacker is changing this file, the attacker might also change the signature. But this is all we can do right now regarding to proving if this file is valid or not. And so let's see, I have downloaded the 32-bit version. So let's open the signature. Here we have them. We've got an MD5 in SHA-1 and also in SHA-256. So let's go for the SHA-256. That's a hash sum which gets generated over this file, and this is a mathematical one-way operation. So it couldn't be reversed, which means we put some stuff into this algorithm and we get back those hash digest over here. So if you're doing the same operation on this file, we should always get the same hash digest. So that's some kind of proof we can do, but as already mentioned, an attacker can of course also manipulate this file, change those digests, and then we wouldn't see any difference. Nevertheless, let's do this anyway. So the download, has been already finished, cool. I open a new terminal. Alright, so on a Linux system we would type something into the terminal like SHA-256 sum, and on a Mac it's something like SHA-sum and then -A256, I guess. Let's see. So let's build this hash sum over this ISO. This might take a while. It's not taking too long, but it's a mathematical operation which requires a little bit of time. Okay, and here we have it right now. So let's see, we've got 91CE. 91CE, yes. And at the end we've got 021. 021. And let's also pick something in the middle. For example, 41479. 41479. Alright, so this hash sum should be identical, and therefore it is at least the file mentioned on the website. So that's all we can do right now. Alrighty, let's install this. So therefore I'm using VMware, but you can use VirtualBox or whatever you like. Okay, so over here I create a new one, and then I select Create Custom Virtual Machine, continue. Then I'm choosing Linux, and I'm having a 32-bit version right now. So in my case, what's the kernel? Let's see. I guess it's an 4 kernel. Yes, let's choose this one. Okay, in case if you have downloaded the 64-bit version, then also please choose a 64-bit kernel. But for now I have downloaded the 32-bit version. So I click continue. Here I choose legacy BIOS, create new virtual disk, and this one is now, so this doesn't need to be large. So 8 GB should be well enough for this one. Alright, and then we click customize settings because we want to have at least a little bit more RAM. So Androidx86. Okay, processor and memory, and we increase this to, let's say, 2048. And maybe 2 cores. So this should be well enough. Back to this one. I mean, USB Bluetooth connection, we do not have to enable USB 3 for this one, but nevertheless, let's do this over here. Okay, and then we have to insert this ISO here. Connect the CD drive, and then let's choose this ISO we have currently downloaded in this one. Alright, with an advanced option, no, that's good. Okay, so this looks good. Let's close this one, and now let's simply hit this play button. Okay, so the system is booting, and here we have it. We've got 60 seconds to react to this screen right now. And what we need to do is simply using the arrow down key to go into advanced options. And then let's see, we want to use the auto installation to specified hard disk. Yes, this one. Okay, and then we click enter. Alright, a lot of terminal. You have to choose auto installation, will erase. Yes, that's okay. We want to erase everything. I mean, regarding to this hard disk we have currently set up, not regarding to our main system. Okay, these files are being written, and that's all. Amazing, right? So this is the whole installation process for this one. But now we face a little bit of a problem. If we click, for example, reboot, and let's do this. Then we can see, okay, we've got now the Androidx86 in version 9 here. Now it's booting from this one, and there we go. This is the console, and we are stuck at this point. I mean, this console, let's see. Yes, it's working and we've got access to the system, but we want to have an emulator with graphical UI and things like this, but it seems not to be available right now. And the reason for this is, I guess, within the legacy BIOS. So there's some little issue with the with some graphics configuration, but we can fix them easily. And to do this, we simply hit reboot. Okay, so here we have to select the down arrow key a little fast because we only have 4 seconds, and then we go into the debug mode. Alright, let's start this once again. A lot of text appearing on the terminal, but that's okay. Yes, sometimes it stacks a little bit and we have to press enter that the terminal appears over here. Okay, so now we've got the terminal. What we want to do right now is creating a certain grub entry. And this one enables some graphics option that the device boots in this UI mode and not this fancy terminal mode over here. Alright, so therefore we need to mount this disk first, and we can do this in the following way. So let's first clear the screen. Okay. To do this, we need to remount the mount partition first to make it read-writable that we can modify this file. And we can do this in the following way. We can use mount-o, remount, then comma, rewrite, and this mount entry point. Yes. Okay, now we have remounted the partition, but it's read-writable. So therefore we can also modify those files. And the file we want to modify is the grub menu list. So the grub is the bootloader, and this one starts the system with some kernel parameters. And there we want to add a certain one. So we go into the mount directory, and here we have now this grub. And here we have now a file, where is it? Menu list. There we have it. So we can print this out. And yeah, these are the entries we can see in our grub, but now we want to modify this. And to be honest, it's getting a little bit dirty because we do not have nice graphic editors on the system right now. But we can do this with VI, and I will guide you through this. So we are opening this file right now with VI. So VI menu list. Okay, and then we need to go into the first entry, and we need to scroll down to the end of the line. So now we need to go to the end of the line, okay, and then space, And then we want to add some additional kernel parameters. No mode set X-Force Visa. All right. This will add this no mode set and X-Force Visa entry, which will load some additional graphic support, which means the system can then start the UI without crashing it. All right. Okay. To leave this menu, we need to hit the escape button, then colon, escape, colon, there we go, WQ exclamation mark. All right. And now let's print this file once again out to see if our entry has been taken place. Yes, no mode set X-Force. Okay, this looks good right now. So what we can do is simply hitting reboot. Okay, reboot seems not to work. Restart? No. I guess it's power off and some additional command, but we can also do this over here. So I click restart the system. Yes. And now if we start the first entry, the additional kernel parameters will be loaded, and let's see if our system boots up in a graphical view, because we do not want to interact on this device on the command line. And there we go. Yes, perfect. All right, and this is all we need to do to install the system. It takes, I guess, just a minute to keep it running. And yes, this is all we need to do to install the system. So now, yes, we have it over here. Let's guide through this real quick. So that's the installation routine. We can use the mouse to interact with this one. Okay, this is something I want to skip. Just a second. All right. On date and time, let's hit next. Oh, this is something, no diagnose, no location stuff. All right, accept. Here we can choose a pin pattern, but not now. We do not want to lock the system. Skip anyway. And there we have it. Here we can now select a home app. I use Quickstep. This is just regarding to, let's click always, regarding to the launcher. So how this UI should look like. Okay, and here we have it right now. So this is our Androidx86 virtual machine running right now, and we've got something nice, this terminal emulator, which makes interacting with this device a little bit easier. So this is now a terminal running directly on this virtual machine without having the need to interact with this one via ADB, but more on this later. All right, I guess for now it's enough. I have also included these steps in the cheat sheet, so what you need to do at what point, and provide some additional information what exactly these options are for. Okay. In case if you have some problems, feel free to write me a message underneath this video, and otherwise I'm looking forward to see you in the next one, where we finally start hacking and mobile applications. So thanks for all this patience during the installation process, and now let's have some fun. I'm really looking forward to see you there.